Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a good day. I'm having a day. Neither good nor bad, just existing. And that's okay. I think I forgot my water bottle in the bathroom. Like a genius. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. God damn it. A second. Height of laziness right now. Alright. Art time. I got wires everywhere. This can go here, I guess. I need access to the keyboard too much. Hi, Tanks. Ah, wow. Tired of stars, I don't need you anymore. In this beat, there is second, caught in the wreckage. Oh, it's worse than you think. This is a special level of eldritch monstrosity. It's not getting a face. It's not getting a face. It is a very cute elfie type thing, but oh good lord, how it is not. Hey Dan, won't be watching tonight? Oh, you have a good one, gorillas. I think the hammered look would actually look better closer to the stem. What VTuber is unique? Cheers! Thank you so much, Payplay. I drew myself. No, I didn't look over a LEGO drama. I don't even remember the LEGO drama. Feel free to refresh my memory. Shitty as my memory is. I don't understand. What, someone's cheating at fucking LEGO? How do you cheat at LEGO? Like some LEGO building competition, or is it like LEGO something something speedrun blah blah blah? Like one of the video games, because I can see that being a controversy. The reason why I tell people that I would never be like a good friend to anybody, because I'm not a good friend to anybody, because people tell me stuff and then I fucking forget about it, and then they're like, oh, so did you look up that thing? And I'm like, fuck no, what? And then I'm like, I didn't mean to forget, but good lord, I will never fucking remember, and then I feel so bad about it. I can't even fucking explain how fucking rotten I always feel when people are like, do you remember this? I'm like, no, hopefully it went okay. And they're just like, why are you laughing? My mom died. I'm like, oh, cool. I smiled and laughed about your mom dying. I didn't realize that's what that was referencing. Cool. Oh, what? Any lawyer worth their fucking salt would absolutely take that fucking case. You give something to a consignment store and then they like fucking give you the money. But I have to say, like, I've tried to work with consignment stores before to sell art, to be specific, and the fees they charge are fucking outrageous. Like, I can't even begin to explain how upsetting and fucking stupid that shit is. For real, though. Yeah. No, I know what consignment is. They're like, oh yes, we do consignment with art. Yes, of course. And I'm like, okay, how much do you charge per piece? And they're like, well, you would have to pay us $50 a month for them to be sitting on our wall. And when they sell, we get 75% of the sale. And I'm like, are we speaking the same fucking language here? I'm a small-time artist, and I need to sell some of my paintings to make rent, and your response is, you owe us $50 just to, you know, exist in our store, and if things don't sell, well, you can pay us another $50 next month, and then another $50, and then on top of that, we basically own your art. And no, I'm not kidding about those fees. And that was back in the early, like, 2000s. So, fuck that store. Hope they went under. Hope they disappear forever. Fuck you. Forever. I was so angry about it. And they were the only consignment shop in town that worked with art. So fucking upsetting. I mean, you did just tell me all the details. I'm cool with you just tell me the details. It's fun to learn about. I'm like, hi there, I'm a starving artist. Well, you could pay us $50, and if we don't sell it, you can pay us another $50. Oh yeah, and the other thing is, they also had a cancellation fee, so I had to, like, basically leave it there no matter what, and if I decided I didn't want to pay more money, like, they had, like, a policy of, like, 3 months, like, you had to leave it there for 3 months, so they were guaranteeing $150 off of my painting that I wasn't going to sell for more than $150. And when I pointed that out, they were like, yeah, well, we kind of work with artists who are a little bit better established, who, you know, kind of sell things for a lot more than that. And I'm just sort of like, so do you think I should sell it for more? And they're like, well, we can't tell you what your art is worth, but you might be better served to, like, find another place to sell it. I'm like, wow. Well, thanks for not wasting my time, though, I guess. Fuckers. Well, no, but effectively what was going to happen was, when you take a big enough cut and you have a consignment fee where you are literally paying them to hang on to your piece and keep it safe and blah blah blah, and like, yeah, so like they were willing to not have it out on the wall for less. The thing is, how is anybody looking for your art going to know that your art is there if they can't fucking see it? Like, how do you sell it if the people who would buy it would never see it? Like, it's literally that. Because basically what they were doing was people would pay a fee to have one piece put up, and then they would have like several dozen more kind of in storage that you could look at. But I needed to sell some fairly big pieces that were individual pieces. So because I didn't have like 30 pieces to sell, you can see where they aren't making as big a profit off of letting me put an absolutely enormous painting on their wall, as opposed to somebody who's like gonna put one small picture up and then say, like, it'll have a little sign saying, ask to see more of my work, it's in the back. I only needed to sell some paintings. So what would have happened was, effectively they would have owned it, because I was only going to try and sell it for like $200, and after paying $50 to them for potentially 3 months, they basically would have bought it from me, except I basically paid them to take it from me. Like, it's so dumb. I got no Red Bull, but I will drink some water. But thank you for the reminder, USA. I like how organic this looks, but it needs help. I never really realized how much of this is, like, not designed well. I'm gonna have to work out my own logic for it because there isn't any logic in what I'm looking at here. They might do that on another layer. That might be a good idea.
Where did you go?
How can I miss?
Search of my soul, 'cause I feel you slipping. Don't fade away to memory. I can feel you calling out my name. Somewhere in the galaxies, I feel you waiting. I'll run back for you, back for you, back for you.
Man, the stupidest thing in the world is people who have never heard of the concept of triage. They're like, I had to wait so long, blah 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 blah, but I hear that Canadians have to wait even longer, even if they're in more danger, and I'm like, no, that's not how it works. It's triage system. Like, let's put it this way. I've been to the hospital multiple times for a variety of tummy aches. One tummy ache, indiscriminate, didn't seem to have any focus, was just painful. Yeah, I did wait a long time for that, and then, embarrassingly, passed gas and was okay! As it turns out, that can actually happen when you eat something you fucking well shouldn't. It was real painful, though. Like, a good 8 or 9 on the scale of things that are damn painful. Gas pains are definitely up there. Especially when you're not fucking expecting them and you've never experienced them before. Or at least you haven't since you were a kid. But that being said, for my hernia and my appendix went in, they knew what the problem was. Testing and like pain medication administered, got admitted and got under the knife in a few hours, which is not unreasonable. A few hours, because you know, I'm not literally bleeding out of the floor. But I've also been the person with tummy pain patient who was admitted immediately, worked on immediately. And why? Well, I was septic. The origin of the pain was in my guts, but that had nothing to do with the price of salt. I was fucking dying. And how fast I got admitted and treated? Instantly. What are you talking about, 52 state? I live in fucking Canada. And I don't like the assumption at all, or the joke in the slightest, that we'd ever become part of the United States. Canada would blow itself to kingdom come before letting that happen. And I don't think enough Americans appreciate that. And if you're like, well, I'm not American, well, don't make jokes about, you know, that shit. It's not funny. I believe you're from India. What if I made jokes constant, like, ever, about just becoming subjects of Britain again? Or praising, you know, some of the worst oppressors who cause the biggest amounts of problems in your country. Like, thumbs up, Churchill. That would just be unfucking cool. Especially if you knew people who died to that shit. I'm just not that kind of. It's a hell here. There's kind of a hellhole everywhere, though Canada's doing okay. There is some humor in the fact that Canadians are so pissed off about that particular joke that we have actually nuked our own economy into the ground. Like, if you want to see something really, really weird, because of the way Canada kind of immediately adjusted its trade based on demand, like, it's all like, they call it grassroots led, but it's the citizens, not the government, making the decisions here. The citizens basically went, we don't want any American anything. Get it off the shelves. We aren't gonna buy it. Go find shit from any other country and we will buy it. We did that so suddenly and so abruptly with so many products that just basically instantly our entire economy went, oh god, why? Really, really hard. I don't know, but I'm with France when it comes to, if we got nothing and you guys got something, I'm very much alongside France with the then we shut it down until we get something. Real big on that. Oh, they don't want to give us things to stay alive, but they want us to have more babies. Even if it might be incredibly dangerous to do so or destructive. Yeah, okay, sure. Well, we'll light things on fire and we won't let traffic get through here until you fix things. That's just called, class action. That's called the will of the people. That's called, we ain't gonna take this shit no mo. Hey Glitcher, how you doing? We're not proposing any rebellious activities at all here. At least in Canada, it's perfectly legal to protest loudly and, you know, hell. Okay, so fun fact. Now, I don't know if they do this anymore or when the last time was that they did this, but there is this kind of area in Calgary where where people kind of go off the rails regardless of the outcome of any hockey game. If the Flames, or oftentimes also the Oilers, get into the finals, and regardless of whether they win or lose, if they get into the finals of the Stanley Cup, they literally burn an entire mile of fucking downtown Calgary. It's called the Red Mile. They literally let everything on fire. They have a giant riot. Everything gets destroyed. Everybody's drunk. Everybody's having a good time or a bad time, but it always gets wrecked. The Oilers, yeah. The Edmonton Oilers. It's freaking words. Hockey. Hockey teams out here in Canada. shit gets lit on fire. And I am not kidding about that. It's been a hot second since we've had anybody in the finals. And it's not like Montreal has the same kind of tradition, so I don't think they did it, but like, yeah, that it's a whole fucking thing here. So like, if we're willing to light the entire universe on fire because, you know, we didn't win the goddamn Stanley Cup again, we're willing to light the entire universe on fire if, you know, the government isn't doing what we fucking well want them to. Wages are stagnant? No, we haven't had to in a while because, you know, they know we have zero issue shutting down the whole country if we're fucked up. Like, if we're fucking pissed, we'll just do it. And it's really funny because, like, the fact that America won't is so unthinkable. And they're like, well, you know, they send in the riot police. I'm like, the riot police are only how many members of your community versus how many more? And those riot cops aren't getting paid nearly enough to, you know, stand up against their own relatives. You kidding? Someone needs a goddamn chancellor moment. What do you mean you're standing up against getting your own wages raised? What? I'm just saying, historically, because, you know, it's important to make a note that it's a historical movement. One of the best ways to get the government to listen is to remind them that the country don't work if the people aren't happy. And too many people have decided that it's okay to be unhappy so long as the other political division is also unhappy, and it's like, no. Hear me out. Even if it does benefit people that you might not like or might disagree with politically, you shouldn't have to live in misery. So hear me out. Everybody needs to fucking say no when you've got government antics going down that are pissing people off. You don't get things done by whining in a corner. You just don't. And there's some countries that, like, out and out recognize that the people do not give a singular shit. And will say fucking no if they're mad enough. But it seems like there's a lot of countries out there that have discovered that they have demoralized their own people enough that they can get away with fucking anything and no one will do anything about it, which is just unfucking thinkable to me. I'm like, what do you mean they aren't flooding the streets? Like, well, we do it once a month. So in other words, you vaguely inconvenience people once a month, but not for weeks on end? Girl, do I need to explain to you what a general strike is? Like, come on now. Yeah, the US does have that, and it's easily thwarted. Fun fact, the microwave beam, as it is referred to, because that's not inaccurate, is intensely easy to deflect with protest signs. Same with the sound cannon. Sound cannon is a little more iffy because it can tear protest signs. But basically, if you use shiny Bristol board, as a note, these are legal for protest signs. I'm just saying. But Bristol board can easily protect you from both things. You know, just make sure it's the shiny side and then hold it nice and tight and just redirect it at the people who are firing the thing at you. You know, you're just showing them your sign. Sorry, I didn't say redirect. I'm just saying show them your sign and you'll be fine. Yeah, shit like that doesn't work. The issue is that when people don't know these things, they tend to panic and run away and scatter and cause, you know, stampedes and shit like that. Blah, 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 blah. Get parried! Filthy casual! The other thing is that, at least with both of those systems, and this is more of an American thing, but they don't work very well if they've been aerated in some way. I'm just saying that odd how they can set up these big old speakers and make it really obvious what they're about to fucking do, and just a teeny tiny hole would just stop the entire process. I'm just saying, no one even needs to get hurt. Just accidental holes sometimes happen. It's so fucking ridiculous. But they won't do anything, and it's so crazy to me. Like, all you have to do is just, like, look at France. Look at France when they're, like, vaguely inconvenienced by even the smallest thing. Like, they just shut all of Paris down. You can't move, you can't walk. There's garbage on fire everywhere. The cops are just standing around shrugging, like, what are the cops gonna do? Arrest 30,000 angry people? They don't have space in the jail for that. Are you kidding me? Like, smaller, yes, but there's more people in the US. And the thing is, you don't have to be violent about it. I'm not saying be violent about it. What I'm saying is you just need to not leave. And when they get mad about that, you say, well, we'll leave when things get better. Because at the end of the day, what's going to happen is, well, it's going to happen that way, but people are going to be in a much worse mental state, and it's going to go sideways instead of being a reasonable general strike like it fucking well needs to be. When I say reasonable general strike, I just mean one that is organized on where people are still receiving food, where people are growing food and giving out food. And yes, oh my god, fucking socialism, blah, 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 blah. Shut up. Even if you don't like the concept of having social fucking anything, in this particular case, leaning on your fucking neighbors is how it gets done. Everybody takes care of each other for one fucking day, and they go back to being individualists, alright? But until people decide that that's what they really want to do, it's just not going to happen. But the issue is that so many platforms just basically make you not get to talk about that. So many places that I've seen talk about it are not going to get through, you know? I got thwarted by an ad. What I said was there's a lot more people in the US. And to be honest, they are a lot more desperate. And I don't mean that in a sassy way. I'm literally saying the situation there is coming to a head, and people who know what the fuck is going on really need to start organizing before people actually do get angry enough and hungry enough and desperate enough to do something stupid. Like, the part of the reason why you want people to protest is you don't want violent protests, you want active protests. Like, you want a protest situation where people are protesting and having their needs met before people are protesting and they've given up on life. Because the second situation is so much worse for a country. That's when everything goes south so much worse. Which is why it's like, can somebody over there please start striking? People need to strike all at the same time. They need to shut the country down for a couple of days and say no thank you to what's going on, because without that, it's going to get to a situation where people who are hungry are going to start doing things to get food. And then people are going to protest that. And because they are hungry and tired and unemployed, they're going to do something stupid. And then everything goes to hell. You don't want to get to that point. You want to do stuff before that point. And having a party once a month saying, we don't like this guy, is not going to do much. You actually need to, like, affect somebody's bottom line. Not when people are super angry. And I mean, that's sort of what has kept certain places from rebelling at least, because the concept of if it's hurting them, it's fine with me. Like, I'm willing to suffer so long as they're suffering, has done wonders for making everybody suffer. Yep. Having some flavor of common enemy results in everybody just being okay with atrocities, so long as those atrocities are happening more to the people that they've been told not to like by the people who they probably shouldn't like. Also, hi Alice. I mean, it's been a hot second since I've actually been doing any art. We kind of went through a brain rewriting ceremony because the news was being a little unrelenting with horrific triggers, the trauma. So brain needed time to kind of reboot, which took months more than I was assuming that it ever would. But then again, I've never monitored how long such a thing takes, because previously it kind of just happened when I was unaware of it.
If you really want it all, meet me on the weekend. Put your money where your mouth is, put your money crowd is. Baby, put your hands up, we in the sun line. See us in the papers, we all look so charming. It's a no-brainer, we already running. Make a lot of noise, make a lot of noise. The girls make the boys go crazy, and the girls make the boys go crazy.
It is good to see you. I'll like make it look like lace. Done and done.
Can't kill what I've become. I scream until I'm numb. Now with the summer skies, you're gone. There's nothing I can do or say to get to you. Now I don't know where I belong.
It dawned on me that the reference that I have is gonna require some creativity in order to fix it. So we're gonna do that. What's your game recommendation with the intense note that I probably will not play it necessarily, and that you shouldn't deeply expect me to? Because I swear to God, I used to take recommendations all the time, and then people would literally fly off the handle whenever I wasn't playing the game that they suggested. And I don't like that. I understand that I don't have to take suggestions. I don't understand. Oh, what's that about? It sounds like a horror game, but might not be. I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, but I only like horror games that have like a menacing aura and less of a jump scare. Like, menacing aura, I am all about that. I want to explore that. I want to find out what's fucking going on with that. Like, that's good shit. But when it's like, I made you jump. I made you jump again. I just don't find that entertaining. I mean, you guys might find that entertaining. I will not deny that there is likely some contingent of it is really funny to watch somebody go over and over again. The only game I have played that is jump scare-tastic is literally Confabulation, and it's because it's another genre of game that I really, really like to play. Like, it's a horror game with a find the object game, and oh my god, I love find the object games. And horror games are okay, but the jump scares in that game are just because you're like looking really carefully for an object that's not quite right, so that you can select it. But if you take too long finding said object, well, you're gonna get jump scared, and yeah. It's not bad, but at the same time, it's exactly that kind. That's hilarious. Also, hi Glitcher, hi. Aw, man, that does sound like Confabulation. I wonder if it's made by the same people that made Confabulation. Of course. But the thing is, if I don't check it out now, as a note, I will forget about it. Like I did with the whole Lego thing, which I probably will forget about in short order. Give me a hot second here.
If you are watching.
Ooh. Okay, wishlisted. Hi, Dorian. Which reminds me, I wanted to wishlist Subnautica 2, because I don't think I did. Actually, you know what? I think I had it on my wish list, and then I took it off when the asshat like fucked with the devs.
That's the Earth.
Hi there.
Yeah, no, I saw it. I probably won't add that one, cause let's find out what the one's like. Are you saying this because you're just looking up similar titles and because you want to be helpful, or are you actually offering it because you liked it? Because there's a huge difference. Enough fucking distractions.